Hi everyone, we are group number five. Our group project is on Team Hortons. I'm Marco.
I'm Sam.
I'm John.
And I'm Paige. To introduce our case, we'll start off with a little background information. Tim Hortons was founded by hockey legend Tim Horton, who played defense for the Toronto Maple Leafs for 18 years, leading them to be four-time Stanley Cup champions. The first Tim Hortons opened as a single location in Hamilton, Ontario in 1964, selling only coffee and donuts at first. After the first location was established, Tim Hortons decided to use a franchise business model where 99.5% of the stores are franchise owned. Ron Joyce became the first franchisee of the first restaurant. In 1967, they became full partners until Horton tragically died in a car crash on the way home from a game in Buffalo. Joyce acquired all of Horton's shares, becoming the sole owner. At this point, the chain had about 40 stores and was valued at about $1.7 million. In 1976, the Timbit was first introduced, an iconic Tim Hortons menu item. In 1984, the first store location in the United States opened in Tonawanda, New York, allowing Canadians to make cross-border coffee runs and easy access to Tim Hortons coffee for Americans. From 1995 to 2006, Tim Hortons was partnered with Wendy's and growing more by opening new locations each year. And in 2000, they celebrated the opening of their 2000th location. In 2014, Tim Hortons was acquired by Restaurant Brands International for $11.4 billion, a company that also owns Burger King and Popeyes, and they still own Tim Hortons to this day. Now, Tim Hortons has over 4,700 store locations in the United States, Canada, and worldwide, with over 6,000 employees, and are continually expanding into the UK, Ireland, and are looking to move into emerging markets as well. Tim Hortons' vision is to be the quality leader in everything we do. This blanket statement shows truly what Tim Hortons is all about and what they want their company to emulate. Quality is their very first priority. Tim Hortons' guiding mission is to deliver superior quality products and services for our guests and communities through leadership, innovation, and partnerships. The statement lays emphasis on the quality of food products and services that characterize it. It has these main features. Number 1, improving health, and number 2, improving communities. In order to fully live up to their mission and vision, Tim Hortons has a set of guiding principles that each of their employees follow. Number 1, do things that make a true difference. Number 2, acknowledge and respect the social, environmental, and economic impact of our activities. Number 3, honor, respect, and support individuals and stakeholders. Number 4, participate with and build the success of our communities. And lastly, number 5, be honest and transparent in our communications. By using these guiding principles in every facet of their company, Tim Hortons can fully live up to the vision they have for their company and continue to grow in the right direction by forming strategic objectives for the future. By providing the best quality products and services possible, continuing to learn and expand into new markets and create new products, and creating meaningful relationships with their stakeholders, including franchisees, employees, and communities through the franchising model, Tim Hortons can continue to grow their company towards the right direction of their ultimate vision and mission.
For the industry analysis, we decided to look at Porter's 5 forces. The first force we looked at is the bargaining power of suppliers. We believe that this force has a low strength because there are many options for companies to choose from. There are many suppliers in the market, and even some companies have decided to grow their own coffee beans. This shows the flexibility companies have when choosing the source of their raw materials. The next force is threat of new entrants. We think that this force has a moderate strength because there are not many hurdles to enter the industry. Getting into the coffee industry doesn't require massive amounts of capital, and you can start at a very small scale. Also, skills are trainable, which makes the industry really attractive. However, that being said, to compete with the biggest competitors in the industry is really tough because they're already really well established. The next force is the bargaining power of buyers. Buyers in the industry are not really that price sensitive, which gives firms the ability to choose the price they want. However, that being said, the customers have a big amount of buyers to choose from, which gives the possibility for them to switch companies really easy. If the customer is not satisfied with the product or service, they will quickly find a new alternative and maybe even become loyal to that new company. The next force is threat of substitutes. We see that this force is pretty high because customers are constantly presented with new alternatives or products that can be more convenient or flexible towards their needs, and there is a great variety to choose from. And the last force is industry rivalry. We think that this force is really high, especially in an industry where the major players are known by almost every customer, and it really comes down to whoever offers the best product, service, and the most unique experience.
The core competence of the organization is operational efficiency and brand management. For the internal analysis, there were 4 main strengths and 4 main weaknesses. The franchise model provides consistent revenue for many years, which ensures profits in the long run. These agreements last somewhere between 10 and 20 years. While Tim Hortons owns almost 5,000 franchises, they bring in steady payments through fees, rents, and commissions. Emerging markets provide a huge potential for Tim Hortons to establish themselves as a leader in those new countries and make big profits. Tim Hortons has a quick ratio of 1.31. Anything over 1 means that the company can more easily meet its short-term debt obligations. Return on equity has gone down in 2020, dropping from 31%, but it is still above 20% and is still considered to be a good return. A high debt-to-equity ratio means the company is highly leveraged. Debt makes good times great, but bad times terrible. Having few entry barriers to the industry means that new competitors arise often and that the competition is fierce. If customers don't like your product, they can easily find someone else to provide them with the good. A return on assets of over 5% is generally good, but Tim Hortons' return on assets has gone down over the years and is less than 3%. The company's assets are just not generating a lot of revenue. Finally, emerging markets are often very volatile and uncertain, so there is a high risk of failure. We currently see the company sort of caged or restricted to the Canadian market, and breaking into the US market has been tough, especially with all the competitors already in it, i.e. Dunkin' Donuts. Thus, we think that looking into new and emerging markets is the best way to grow the company. The franchise model the company has is perfect for expanding into new markets, especially where competition is not as intense. When pursuing this strategy, it is important that the company uses all its resources from an analytical and technological point of view to identify the best opportunities. This can be done by the new mobile platforms for data collection, trade agreements, and by complying with the local government laws. By using new technology, it will be much easier to see what type of products work for different markets in different regions of the world, thus being more effective in understanding what products to offer, which in turn will lead to future success. The company currently has a low return on assets, but with the use of mobile ordering and data collection, the company can extract data and modify its behavior to operate in a more effective way and get more out of their assets. Having a high debt-to-equity ratio means the company is highly leveraged. Stable profitability has increased the number of players in the industry over the last 2 years, which has put a downward pressure not only on profitability but also on overall sales. With these two combined, it could mean problems for Tim Hortons in the near future. They need to liquidate some assets and get rid of some debt. This will give them a better position in case their profits fall. Finally, with boutique coffee becoming popular, they have to be careful not to just create an expensive product. Instead, they still need to be able to offer quality at affordable prices. But the franchise model provides consistent revenue for many years, which ensures profits in the long run, even if they have to do some price restructuring. Tim Hortons should try to insert some boutique coffees into some franchises' menus and see how they perform. If they do well, they can offer these items to other franchises as well, but if they do not perform well, then they can cut them, and only a few of the franchises will be affected. This gives them an advantage over other companies that are not franchised and would have to take a leap of faith putting it into all of their restaurants.